Good morning, everybody. It's Monday, December 14th. It's 29 degrees. It feels like 20, and it is the south side of Chicago, even though it feels like some other place. You can feel as much as you want, but reality is reality. Bam-o, boom-o. You know, you gotta... fantasies and wishful thinkings and even sometimes motivational speaking is wishful thinking. The best thing always to do is to mix it with reality and have a perfect understanding of your situational awareness, as my book buddy Jocko Willink, well, he's got books I don't, always talks about, right? Motivation is us. Motivation is what we do, not what we think about. That's what I like about him. Good morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Right? Thinking is an idea. Thinking starts the picture. In the end, our bodies, our souls, our minds, our beings. Man, that ground is frozen, I'll tell you that. But look at that. The lagoon is not pretty wild, huh? You know, hear the ground? That's the ground breaking underneath me. This is a floodplain here, so. But yeah, that's how life works. We need ideas, we need thinkers, right? But we also need doers. We need both. And I think that's one of the things that was exploited this time, because they're really like into the nooks and crannies of capitalism and of production, right? You got the workers and you got the office people, the non-workers, right? And then you got the capitalists and the politicians. And I think what this lockdown has exposed is the big divisions out there, right? Well, right, the divisions of labor. And I don't know if anybody's written about this, but really how they were exploited this political season, and they're still being exploited. Think about it. How would you be? How can you be still donating to a losing campaign? I don't think that's happened in history of the world. That the loser of a campaign collects more money than during campaigning. Interesting, isn't it? Whoever writes that Pulitzer Prize winning article, just kick me back a few coins there on that idea, all right? I know there's some written about it. What's the anomaly? What is the reasoning for it? Right? Grifting, graft, blah, 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 but forget that. It's happening. That's just blame. That ain't nothing. And jealousy. You know, in journalism, we don't go by that. I mean, it's good as a precedent or antecedent. I think that's the word, antecedent. It's something that comes before, right? I gotta look up the proper pronunciation. When it gets cold, my pronunciation levels go down. But you know what I mean? What came before? Good morning, good morning. Oh, look at this sunshine. Look at that stuff out there. We got the Tai Chi. Oh, man. Now that we're talking 20 degrees out and doing some Tai Chi, you gotta have some super mind control there. See that? We got the geese crossing. Look at these guys, huh? That's why they were mad the other day. You mess with them, they don't like that. So look at this guy. You got the leader up front there. See that? Oh yeah. Don't worry, I ain't hurting you guys. See, and then you got the Tai Chi. Let me show you this here. But Think about it, right? How is it that I don't know how many millions of people are donating to a campaign that's over? It's finished. There is no in elections there is no part 2, really. Is there? I guess maybe. See that? It's pretty cool there, huh? Tai Chi in the cold. See that? You gotta be quiet, right? Don't want to disturb them. But yeah, Willie, maybe I should write that article. But think about it, right? At what time in our national history do you remember a campaign after someone's lost? Right? It's wild, and there's reports of already diverting the money to personal accounts and all of this stuff, right? So it is what it is. But the concept, I'm not taking sides here, right? The concept that a losing campaign can accumulate over $200 million dollars in contribution during a pandemic and economic downturn. Both. It's not either or, and then you add the third, it's the losing campaign. It kind of throws logic into the wind. Think about it, right? Think about it. The three. We're in pandemic, right? We're in lockdown economically, right? So we have a virus floating around. We have an economic downturn, and there's a losing campaign, and the guy is still collecting money. So there's something to that, right? Good morning, brother. Good morning. I mean, it's not. I think it straight goes by division of labor. The problem is are there workers? That theory goes out the window once you check if there's other workers that voted for Biden, right? I mean, what is? And I'm not talking anymore about the elections no more. I'm talking about raising money, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how does that happen, right? How do you go on TV? You have a product. You can't afford it. You can't use it, right? You can't afford it, economic downturn. You can't use it, lockdown, right? And it's proven to no good. It's busted. And you still sell it. You still sell it. You're talking about, I'm 52, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Ever. We've bought those things at the dollar store or at other places where you buy it once and throw it away or it never works. I mean, basically that's what we're talking about. I mean, that's the idea, right? I don't know what is. I don't know what that is. That is what is that? Herd mentality, maybe? I don't know what that is. Or good morning. Groupthink. I have no clue what that would be called, right? Because it's not normal. You know what I mean? Think about the three together, right? You don't have the money to purchase it. You can't use it when you buy it. And what you're buying is known to be not working. So it's like, I don't know what it is. Is it? My fingers are cold. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my fingers in my gloves. Ooh, it's cold. My fingers are hurting. Oh, watch out. Be careful. That sun is a little deceiving. I'm putting my gloves in my hand. My hand. Now I'm talking about right there. You know how you put your fingers? My gloves in my hand. I'm putting my fingers inside my glove there. But, so yeah, that's an interesting concept. Look, we're not doing no judgment calls. We're doing a straight, this would be what, psychology paper maybe maybe a sociology paper, right? I'm still putting my fingers in my gloves. Ooh, wow. I got my thin gloves on today. Ooh, yeah, it's a little cold there. Ooh. But, yeah, he's got his gloves. Morning, brother, morning. But, yeah, that's an interesting concept to be thinking about, you know what I mean? So how can that happen? And my first hypothesis was to go along division of labor, right? Manual laborers versus white-collar workers. I don't know. We can maybe break that down, the demographics of the votes, I guess. I don't think it's going to turn out that way. It'd be interesting to get the demographics. If the demographics came back one way, we could maybe make that kind of a hypothesis. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see the zip codes. What you got to do is nowadays with those political contributions, the minimum you get is, I think they'll make, for if it's a political contribution, they got to make the names available. I'm sure they got the zip codes. Good morning. Zip codes is what counts. The thing is now zip codes can be deceiving too. Certain zip codes can have affluent and working poor inside of a neighborhood, so it's sometimes a little bit deceiving there. So you have to be careful. Good morning, good morning. So that it would be both a data analysis, so it'd be like a combined study, qualitative and quantitative. You had to do both. And I know most of us, when we're taught these research things, you either choose one or the other. That's the hardest one, is to do both. A mixed study, right? Where we're analyzing data, but you're also getting first-hand experiences or primary source material, right? You go to the data point, say you have a 50633 area code, or a zip code, sorry. You can go by area codes too on the phone numbers. It's hard to trace now with cell phones because they assign phone numbers everywhere. They don't assign them by zones anymore, like we were talking about Illinois, or what was it, a Ma Bell they used to call it, right? The old company, the big utility in the old days. Bell Phone Company. That's Alexander Graham Bell it was named after, right? But yeah, you can't trace phone numbers. You have to do it by zip codes. The problem with zip codes is not only it doesn't always define economic resources or socioeconomic status anymore. So you have to be careful. Those can be skewed, right? So you have to do both. It's got to be a hybrid kind of or a blend. They call it a blended study, right? But it'd be interesting to see. Maybe somebody will do it. Maybe I'll do it. I don't have the patience to go through all that stuff now. So maybe we'll see. But hey, that's the end of my ride. You see that? My fingers ain't in there. It's cold out. It feels like 20. It's the 14th of December. It is the south side of Chicago, and it is cold. But guess what? We're still on the COVID. So, virtual hugs, virtual kisses. But don't forget, we got to really love each other. Take it easy, everybody. Have some fun. It's the beginning of the week. Yo, yo. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Get ready. Santa Claus is I don't know how we're going to do the Santa Claus thing, by the way, before I end, because the COVID. So we're going to have to do something about the masks and the sanitizing before he drops these presents off, right? So we need to think about that. Take it easy, everybody. Watch out. We're still on the COVID, right? Bye. Talk to you tomorrow.